Hi, in this scenario we're going to be defining a subscription which is going to span over 2 videos, and then additionally we're going to define a single purchase spanning only one of the 2 videos in which subscription will be defined too. So at the end, the outcome of the scenario will be that we'll have a subscription defined for this video along with a single purchase here. This video is going to be locked behind the same subscription as the first video, and then additionally we have this third video which just aims to illustrate that we will leave one of the videos unlocked and without the paywall or the purchase overlay over it. We're going to be doing this using the article ID. So we are going to firstly have to define an article ID for the subscriptions, and then additionally we're going to define an article ID for the single purchase and associated with this video here. So let's just jump into it. Firstly, let's define the subscription. You're probably guessing that we are going to firstly have to edit the source code in order to associate both of these videos with a specific article ID. Your source code is probably going to look something similar to this one here, where we have, and this is the source code for the first video of course, we have the 2 scripts being loaded here on top, the player script and the connector for video script that are being loaded. And then down here what we have is the video which is wrapped in the video player. The video player, in our case JW player, contains most importantly the source file here and some other attributes like width, height and so on. The important part is the LaterPay Connector tag here, or the LaterPay Connector plugin configuration, which allows us to, among other things of course, specify the article ID. So we're going to do it here. So you can just open up a new line here and name it. Our new element is going to be called article ID. We set the 2 quotes here where we have to specify what the article ID is going to be and the comma at the end. So let's call this subscription. Now this article ID can be just anything you like of course, but we just define it like this for simplicity's sake. Don't forget to save this and to propagate this not only for this video of course, but also for the other video, that is for the football video here. Okay, after we have done this and propagated it to our server, we can create a new subscription and tie it to this article ID. For this we need to go back to our connector dashboard where we have our single purchases, time passes, subscriptions. We have to go to subscriptions. We click on the plus sign where we can define the new subscription. The title and description will be something shown to the end user, so let's call it something that makes sense, something like 1 month subscription, and the description we can put subscribe to our videos for 1 month. Match type is, you're guessing already, going to be the article ID. And now we have to input the article ID which we have specified before. So let's copy this one here. Let's go back to our new subscription dialog. Let's specify the article ID here. Let's set the validity period to 1 month. And let's set the price to say €3. No template is needed. And now if we save, and if we now go back to our website here, we're going to see that the subscription purchase overlay has appeared for both of these videos, and of course not for the third one if you haven't deployed your article ID on this one. So the only thing we still have to do now is to give the users the option also of buying individual video, so buying this video only here without buying the costly subscription. We have to do this by firstly editing of course the source code and associating a separate article ID. Why? Because if we would use the same article ID for the single purchase, that will mean that this purchase effectuated for the specific article ID would be valid for wherever this article ID appears. So we would basically, with a single purchase, buy both this video and this video, which we do not want to do. We only want to give the users the possibility of buying these videos through a subscription, but we need to associate a separate article ID if we want to do the individual single purchase for this video only. Let's jump into the implementation so you'll see how this works. So if we go to our source code here, we need to add an additional article ID here, and we need to do this with the help of JSON arrays. JSON arrays are quite simple actually. What you need to do is just to add a square bracket here, and at the end, of course. This says, okay, there's going to be an array of IDs associated with this video. And then let's call this one, say, single purchase, for example. Now we have two article IDs associated with this video. And if we go back to our connector dashboard here, and if we go to single purchases, we can define a new single purchase, give it a name, single purchase, for example. It doesn't really matter, this title is not displayed. Let's associate it, of course, with the article ID. And the article ID is going to be the one that we have defined here. So let's just paste it in here. And let's price this at, say, 50 cents. Template is not needed, we can save. You see that the single purchase is added. And if we in fact go back to our videos here, and if we refresh, we're going to see that this option for a single video has appeared here, whereas the other video does not contain it, of course. Third video is still freely accessible to all users, so no, it's not behind the paywall. So remember again, we have associated one article ID with the subscription, and we have deployed the same article ID on these two videos, and we have associated with the subscription purchase option. We have furthermore specified a single purchase article ID here. This was the second article ID in an array, and we have created a single purchase option based linked to that article ID.